in the gold color, just for a little bit of a change. That's actually the only one they really had on stock. So I'm just going to get this label removed here, put that aside, and you'll see the back of it. We have the fingerprint reader on the rear again, not like the Redmi Pro that I reviewed, which I happen to have right here. This is the Redmi Pro. They have a very similar build. You'll see that that is almost the same kind of setup. In fact, I think that is the same process they're using. So you see torque screws on the bottom. We have a Type-C port on the Redmi Pro, and we only have the micro USB 2 port on the Redmi Note 4. Both have 5.5-inch screens. See there, but very different on the front though. One having the fingerprint reader, of course, the Redmi Pro on the front. So build-wise, that looks alright. You can see here on the side, that's our SIM tray that has micro SD support, of course, and a nano SIM. And on the right side there, so we've got the power on and volume up and down rockers. Now those buttons are made out of metal, which is good to see. And along the top, 3.5mm headphone port, secondary microphone, IR. And this is dual tone LED flash, 13 megapixel camera, so it's down from the Note 3 Pro's 16 megapixel one. Oh, before I forget, let's have a look what is in the box too. I almost slipped up and didn't show you that. So we have the SIM tray removal tool, a USB to micro USB cable, and the charger here, which looks to be just the standard type. So that isn't, unfortunately, a quick charger. No, that is just 5 volts, 2 amps. So get this powered on, sorry, and get the screen protector off if I can. There we go. So first boot normally takes a while here. So first boot did take a while, took about, I'd say about 30 seconds, so I just had to edit the video. So we have just Asian languages there and then English, because this is not the global ROM, this is the Chinese ROM on here. So you can see that it was MIUI 7 and not 8 yet, but hopefully there'll be an update soon for that. So I'm just going to skip connecting to my wireless. So that's the first setup, checking for SIM cards, because I haven't put any in there at the moment. Me voice, whether you want that or not. I don't personally use that. Skip that step again. So there's a few menus to go through. Okay, I'm ready. So this is the 16 gigabyte version that I got. So there are other options. You can get 32 or 64. So I have a look now in settings and just what version this one is running. So this is the MIUI 7.5.2 is the version, Sable. Android security level patch from July the 5th. Redmi Note 4 you see there. And it's saying the Deca core. Okay, so we'll check later on and see if there are any system updates for that. Normally they do push out quite a few. Show me out too bad. So bloatware, and there's a few things on there, of course. There's going to be in Chinese. You can expect this if you do get the Chinese ROM, then you're going to encounter bloatware. Things in the dialer too, that normally comes up with things in Chinese. And that's just something you have to live with until the global ROM comes out, or otherwise you wait and buy the version that has the global ROM on it. So have a quick look at the camera. And I'm just wondering if it will actually support 4K video, because out of the box, the Redmi Note 3 Pro didn't. You had to use Open Camera or Google Camera to get that mode. So interesting to see if they have that enabled or not. So Full HD is the maximum setting they are allowing at the moment, but that could change because later firmwares, with, for example, my Mi Max only supported Full HD, but then later they released an update with MIUI 8 and it can record 4K natively with the stock application there. So that's only just a quick look at the camera app, sorry. We'll go back in there and just see what other settings we have. So camera modes, this is all the standard. So a quick little size comparison with the Li Echo Cool One Dual. Now it's a very similar phone. 5.5-inch screen. And then there is the Redmi Pro, of course, that I showed just before when they're comparing them, the two of them. And just to show you the size difference with the very large 6.44-inch Xiaomi Mi Max, which is my daily driver. I quite enjoy this mobile phone despite its humongous size. Have a look at the weight of it. So 173 grams. And the thickness 2. So it comes in at 8.5 millimeters. So I just connected to my wireless network. Let's have a look and see if there's any system updates. There's MIUI 7. And, oh, there we go. So MIUI 8 update is in fact out there. It's interesting to see that it doesn't actually ship with it though. So we'll update to that later on, definitely for my full review. And later videos will be on this latest firmware version to see what changes that makes. But MIUI 8 actually has a lot of differences in there. You can see there's a full change log. Look at that. So a lot of different things there compared to MIUI 7. And I'll show you the SIM tray. So here we have, you can see you can put a nano SIM in there and then a micro SIM or your micro SD card. So here is that screen on full brightness there. It looks quite good. Good viewing angles. IPS panel. Does not look bad at all. I didn't have any complaints with the Redmi 3 Pro screen or the Redmi 3 screen. So I find that this one is, I think, exactly the same screen they have used. It's definitely not an OLED screen like the Redmi Pro. And the brightness can dim right down there. So very dim, good for late night use. Of course, they do also have that reading mode that reduces the blue light in there with the blue light filter. So let's have a listen to the loudspeaker on it. It's just got one, you've got a microphone in here. It doesn't sound too bad. It's definitely better than the Elite Echo Cool One Dual. So let's have a look quickly at adding a fingerprint here. So it has the rear reader on there. And all you need to do is apply your finger for, I think it's 5 times. Sorry, 10. 10 times there. Just moving it slightly. All right, let's have a look and see how that is. So lock the screen and it unlocks. You don't need to wake it. That's working fine, which